What's up, family? Tory Lanez is reportedly switching up his legal team after he lost in court to Megan Thee Stallion on charges related to a July 2020 shooting. So, what's the deal? What is Tory up to? Tory has retained the services of David Kenner. David Kenner is the lawyer who helped Snoop Dogg get acquitted in his murder trial back in the 90s. So what y'all think about that, fam? Y'all think it's gonna work? Y'all think he's gonna help him bail up out of there? You know, there's a number of people out there who believe that Tory got a raw deal. They think that he got railroaded. I'm not one of those people, but they think he got railroaded. What say you? David Kenner is also trying to distance himself from Suge Knight. David Kenner represented Suge Knight back in the 90s on a robbery charge. Got him probation. So he likes to brag about that, but when Suge got hit on that hit and run, no pun intended, hit and run manslaughter charge back in, I think, 2018, people were trying to connect him to that, saying, yeah, you was with him, you was his lawyer then. He said, no, I wasn't. It was another guy, not me. I didn't do it. I'm not sure he's going to help him here. And here's why. In Snoop's situation, it was Snoop who had all the resources. Snoop's legal team could match the legal team of the prosecutor. Prosecutor is representing the victim, the guy who was murdered. Now, Snoop also had a co-defendant. So they let me back up. Not sure what happened to the co-defendant. I want to say, I think I heard something about dude getting popped or something. He got some type of time. I don't know if he got off, but I know Snoop definitely got off. Now, fast forward. This guy is trying to distance himself from Snoop. From Suge. It's crazy how that works, because I remember not too long ago, well, maybe it was a long time ago, but people were really trying to actually get around Suge, even though he had a penchant for having trouble follow him. Everybody was trying to get close to that money. He didn't have no shortage of women lining up trying to get to the money, and dudes lining up trying to get to that money. Now, what Tory Lanez is up against and his lawyer is up against is top-notch lawyers. Prosecutors ain't necessarily top-notch. A lot of times, lawyers, a really, really good lawyer usually beats just a prosecutor. Prosecutors, because they got all the resources in the deck stack, they often get easy results. They don't have to go in and fight hard and go all real super hard on stuff, unless they come across one of those star lawyers, then they got to go to work. But usually, they got the deck stacked so far in their favor, they don't have to really be really good to win cases. Whereas lawyers got to really know what they're doing to win these cases against these prosecutors. Now, and the state and the judge and the jury and the grand, you know what I'm talking about. Now, Megan got some cold-blooded lawyers herself, and she got resources, and she got the prosecutor, the prosecuting team on her side. And she already got a conviction. Convictions are hard to overturn. Even if he got the conviction overturned, if they were able to overturn that conviction, it's still going to be another trial. The prosecutor is not going to let that slide. And if it's another trial, there's a possibility that new evidence is going to be presented on Megan's side, just like it's going to be presented on Tory's side. And that new evidence that gets presented could put him in a deeper hole. I don't know, fam, but what, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that it's gonna work. Especially the way Tory Lanez' father behaved and his mother and whoever the other women were on the steps of the courthouse. Him calling out the prosecutor and saying how wicked the judicial system is. We all know that the judicial system is wicked. Everybody know that. Even the wicked people who run it know it's wicked. But you ain't supposed to say it out loud, especially when you have a case that is still pending. Like Tory Lanez's case is still pending. Even though he's been convicted, he hasn't exhausted his appeals. So the case ain't really over till it's over. If he's going to appeal, then it's still open. Even though he got to go sit down, he still got a shot. So you want to kind of like, no matter how mad you are with this system, you got to understand how to practice proper decorum, proper courtroom decorum, proper judicial decorum. When your life is on the line, or your freedom is on the line, or your people's freedom is on the line, you gotta act like you got some damn sense. Even if you want to pop off, you can't, because they're gonna say, yeah, you know what? I think he really did it. Now, look at, apple don't fall far from the tree. Look at that. That's where you get it from, right there. Okay, I believe him. That's what happened. I can promise you that when it's time for sentencing next month, when he go into that sentencing, I think February 28th, that judge is going to remember what that daddy said on the court steps. I promise you that. The prosecutor is going to remember. And they are going to tax Tory Lanez for the sins of his father. Yeah, I call it a sin because it has to be something very, very evil about a person making it harder for their own people who is caught up in the judicial system. Whatever amount of time Tory Lanez gets, I think he's up for 22 years, whatever he gets for that outburst, his daddy need to do half. No more talk.